Okay, today we will talk about the motherboards, and my teammate is Mohammed, and my name is Wen Yingshen. We can have an overview that in this chapter we will explain how motherboards work and identify the types of motherboards, explain the chipset varieties. So, how motherboards work? And the particular way in which the components are positioned on a motherboard is called the form factor. The motherboard come in a variety of form factors and are designed with different clock speeds and transfer rate capabilities. There are so many varieties of form factor: the AT style motherboard, baby AT motherboard, ATX motherboard, and macro ATX motherboard, and ITX. IBM invented the AT form factor in the early 80s. Massive in size as they carry a large number of individual chips. Lack support were used to add additional connectors to the motherboard. As the technology grew, demand for smaller pieces and led to creating a smaller motherboard called the baby AT. And this is the need for a new form factor. Added components such as the mouse and modem, and for a new form factor with more dedicated connectors. The first Limline form factor was known as LPX and was replaced by the NLX form factor. The LPX and now the NLX provide a slot for the insertion of a special razor card. Inflexibility was the main problem with form factors like the LPX. The ATX form factor was created in 1995, and Macro ATX and Flex ATX, two smaller versions of ATX. And this is the picture of the ATX motherboard parts. And you can see that here is the north bridge and here is the south bridge. The ATX motherboard external connection ports are the ports for mouse, the ports for keyboard, and USB ports, Paraline ports, and mini radio ports. And there are so many components on the motherboard. For example, the power connector, the north bridge processor socket, the BIOS, the south bridge expansion bus slots, and the system bus types. There are so many varieties of chipsets. A chipset defines the processor type and capability of RAM, and what internal and external devices the motherboard will support. Services as an electronic interface among the CPU, RAM, and input-output devices. The main chipset chips are the north bridge, south bridge, and super I/O chip. The north bridge is the connection between the high-speed processor bus and the slower AGP and PCI buses. It's essentially the main component of the motherboard and is only the circuit that runs at full processor bus speed. The south bridge contains all components in the chipsets. South bridge contains all components that make up the RSA bus, including the interrupt and DMA controllers. The Super I/O chip contains at least floppy controller, 2 serial ports, and a Paraline port. In newer motherboards, the Super I/O has been placed into a south bridge. The Super I/O allows you to plug in devices and have them work just like any other device that is plugged into an expansion slot. The Intel makes the PC chipset and also the VIA, AMD, SIS. So many manufacturers that makes the PC chipset. Intel, along with the chipset manufacturers like VIA and others, have dropped support for ISA slots, serial and parallel ports, inferred PS2 ports, and floppy drives. Okay, that's all. Thank you.